we're asked to identify which of these options are a tertiary alcohol, right? The options here is option A, pentan 2-ol, B, pentan 3-ol, C, 2-methyl pentan 1-ol, and option D is 2-methyl pentan 2-ol. Which of them is a tertiary alcohol? Before we calculate or before we identify which of them is a tertiary alcohol, we have to ask ourselves, what do we mean by a tertiary alcohol? A tertiary alcohol is simply an alcohol by which the functional group, the OH group, is attached to a carbon that is directly bonded to 3 other carbons. We call that type of alcohol a tertiary alcohol. While a secondary alcohol is an alcohol that has the OH group bonded to a carbon that is directly bonded to only 2 other carbons. It is called a secondary alcohol. We also have a primary alcohol. A primary alcohol is an alcohol that has the OH group bonded to a carbon that is directly bonded to only 1 carbon atom. That type of alcohol is called primary alcohol. Now let's quickly write out the options here and identify. And we're also going to identify what alcohol are the other ones, right? But our question here, we have to identify the tertiary alcohol. Now let's quickly write that. Option A is 2-methyl. Option A is pentan 2-ol. Option B is pentan 3-ol. Option C is 2-methyl pentan 1-ol, and option D is 2-methyl pentan 1-ol. All right, we are asked to do that. Now, in order for us to do that, let's quickly draw the structure of all these alcohols to tell which of them is a tertiary or a primary or even a secondary alcohol. Now, let's quickly do that. So whenever you see pent, we mean there are 5 carbons present. We have 5 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the alcohol is attached, or the OH group is attached to the second carbon atom. So if this is our first carbon, this will be our second carbon, right? And this is OH. And all other carbons will have hydrogen in order to complete the tetravalent nature of alcohol. Now the second one, pent also 5 carbon, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and OH group is attached to the third carbon, and 1, 2, 3 is the OH group, third carbon, and we have hydrogen filling all other aspects of it to complete carbon a tetravalent nature. Now the next one, also pent. Pent means 5 carbon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now our alcohol is on our first carbon. This is our first carbon. We have the OH group. Also on the second carbon, we have the methyl group. If this is our first carbon, this is our second carbon, and methyl group is CH3, and this CH3, and we have hydrogen filling up all other places to complete the tetravalent nature of the alcohol, of the carbon. And the last one, option D, 5 also, pent, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this pentan 1-ol, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, OH on the second carbon, this is 2-ol, OH group on the second carbon. And also on the second carbon, we have methyl group, which is CH3. So we fill all other carbon with hydrogen. And all right, now let's identify that. Let's start from option A. Like I said, tertiary alcohol, OH group bonded to the carbon that has 3 other carbons in it. Primary, 2 other carbons. Primary, 1 carbon, and secondary, 2 other carbons. So now let's quickly identify that. This is the OH group attached to this carbon. As you can see, this carbon is directly bonded to only 2 carbons, right? So this is a secondary alcohol. We do denote secondary alcohol with 2 raised to power 0, right, or 2 not. And this particular one, the OH group, also directly bonded to two other carbons, which is pent 3. So this is also a secondary alcohol. Why this? The OH group bonded to this carbon that is directly bonded to only one carbon, so this is a primary alcohol. While for our option D, the OH group bonded to this carbon is directly bonded to 3 other carbons, 1, 2, and 3. You can see 1, 2, 3. So this is our answer, tertiary alcohol. So the answer is 2-methyl pentanthol is a tertiary alcohol because our OH group bonded to a carbon that is directly bonded to 3 other carbonides to show that it is a tertiary alcohol. Hope you've learned something today. If you do, make sure you follow this page. Subscribe to this page if you have not done that. Drop a comment and share to your friends to learn more. Bye for now. Thank you.